What's up, soap makers? This is Priscilla with Superpower Soap, and as you can see here, I have cured and I'm cutting this awesome little sample bar of vanilla and rosewood and cotton scented soap. It smells like fresh laundry. I really like it. I'm surprised that I like it. I don't normally like cottony, linen-y kind of scents, but it works. And I am going to show you how I made this bar. I actually made this soap live at the Houston Soap Makers meetup, so you'll get an opportunity to see what it's like to teach a soap making class. And definitely let me know if you have any questions as we go along, and just drop those in the comments. Beautiful. So I did cut a little piece of the soap to try it out a couple of days after we finished this hot process bar, and I love the creaminess of the lather. We ended up using olive oil, mango butter, and avocado oil to actually make the soap itself, and I think it really turned out nice.
Hello. So I'll just give an introduction. I'm Priscilla Mensa, and I want to thank you for coming to the Houston Soap Makers meetup.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like I mentioned, this is my passion. I've been actually making soap since 2014. So I'm going to show you soap making from start to finish. And when I say that, I mean I'm going to show you how to make the soap recipe. I normally don't go into this level of detail, but today I was like, you know what? I'm not really sure what recipe I want to do. So I'm going to make one with the meetup. And so I did bring certain oils. So I have olive oil here,
Okay.
regular olive oil. I have avocado oil. And I also have mango butter.
Interesting.
So we're going to make soap with these three oils.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is decide what kind of soap we're going to make. So it's going to be a solid soap, so I selected solid. And how are we going to figure out how much soap to use? We're going to do it by percentage of oils. So I'm going to open this up, and it is hot because I turned it on when we got started. And actually, I don't need gloves for this part, so I'm just going to measure. And the measurements for soap have to be exact. And because we have a large super fat, that's always a positive. It's going to just make the bar better. Why I agree. So they know their customer is, a
That's
DIYer.
3.2.
Yeah.
tutorial.
Since then, it really did reignite something for me. And so to kind of like have that passion and then to go to not being able to make it from being sick, it just made me appreciate this more.
Absolutely.
Alright, so we're gonna let this melt down and do its thing. So we have our mango butter, our avocado butter, and our olive oil. So we're essentially done with these. So I like to clean up as I go. And to do that, I'm going to put on my safety glasses. Trusty safety glasses. And if you're ever looking for good ones, always get 3M. Go to Home Depot and get a real brand.
Okay.
Yeah. And same with your gloves. You don't want gloves that are going to melt under high heat. So get good gloves when you're doing serious work. This is also a spray bottle of vinegar, so you'll take that out there with you too. Just in case there's like a little kernel, you can spray it. All right, I'm gonna get a few paper towels.
Okay.
the way that I'm making soap today, we're gonna briefly see the cold process
Okay.
version of it. But I personally like hot process, and I think it's just because it's the first way that I learned how to make it. How's this? Now you can kind of see the lye already starting to bead up because it's absorbing the humidity.
Yeah, it is. That is weird.
Science in action. All right.
And it is humid today, that's for sure.
Yes, so it is beating up. All right, so this is a cardinal rule. You always want to pour the lye into the water. Never in your life pour the water into the lye
Because it's reaction.
because you will start a fire
Oh, really?
or it'll explode.
Okay.
So this is the most dangerous part of the process.
Mhm.
I'm going to slowly pour this in. And you might want to stand back a little bit. It's an exothermic reaction. It's going to release a very harsh smell. So you're good where you are. And it's also going to get very hot because it's an exothermic reaction. All right, so we see the color has changed. And the reason why I care so much about kernels in it is that if there is even like one kernel that has not been dissolved, that'll be the kernel that burns your skin in your bar of soap. So this is the most sacred part of the process. And now I'm going to pour the lye and water solution into the hot oil from the blender. And I'm going to get what I stick blended. Keep on mixing. Oh, that too. And then I'm going to take the stick blender on just power one. I don't need, it's a small container, I don't need a lot of power. And I'm going to just a little zap. And you can see the colors already starting to change. What you also see is the like olive oil and the water kind of sitting on top and the mango butter sitting at the bottom. So it's very much a distributed mix. And we're going to force them all in out. So I'm going to keep on zapping. It's like an immediate color.
For sure.
Alright, so I'm going to go and zap it. So if we were going to do a cold process recipe, we would have done this at a lower temperature overall, but honestly we would want our soap to be at this kind of pudding-like texture, and with cold process you could add the fragrance right at this point, and then you could put it into the mold and then let it sit for 4 weeks. But we're going to take it to the next level, and we're going to do this hot process. I'm going to show you what happens when cold cooks. Let me know what you're thinking at this point.
No, I mean, it's very interesting. And so, I mean, if you want to do bigger batches, you just have a bigger crock pot, basically.
Bigger crock pot, yeah. If you're doing a cold process, I've seen people do it in buckets. This is the point where you can add the glaze. At the very end, we'll add the fragrance. And as we turn our head, this is volcanoing. Yes, they call this the volcano. So I'm going to open this up. So that's why you never want to step away when you're doing hot process, because like you can literally come back and it's a whole disaster, and it could be light heavy still. So you're gonna have to get a lot of vinegar to neutralize it. Yeah, like a souffle.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so we're running clear, so we're good.
Okay.
All right, and so now I'm going to add in our fragrance.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So until it gets hard.
So it is really a process.
And then both processes will still need to cure for 4 weeks. So I am going to give you, I'm going to mix this in and give you some soap.
Okay.
And also the reason why I do hot process is because it's safer. Like I don't feel unsafe handing it to you because I know it's not gonna burn you.
Yeah, because it's done.
It's done. Exactly. So we're gonna add in that fragrance. This will make 4 standard size bars of soap. And in hot process, the curing process is purely so that the water has an opportunity to evaporate. So I'm gonna leave those crunchy bits in and make a soap ball out of that later. Alright, actually I'm gonna leave that here because that one is a long spoon. Handmade from scratch. And you'll get to use it on your skin. And so something else I'll share about, why handmade soap. So as you saw, this was a very natural process. We didn't add any preservatives to this. You can look at your hands differently and think, hey, these hands can do more.
Now I feel if I do gardening, will it get that dirt out from underneath them?
Yes, it sure will. Hi, I'm Priscilla and I just finished the September edition of the Houston Soapmakers Meetup Group, and I absolutely love teaching. It's so fun, and I think what brings me back to teaching time and time again is knowing that I'm helping somebody go from not knowledgeable to blind to how a process is done, to fully seeing what all it takes to actually do something, especially when it comes to soap making. I think I see hundreds and thousands of analogies. Today I got to meet an accountant, and I got to teach this accountant slash antique shop owner how to make soap from scratch. And I hope that I inspired him to go off and make soap on his own, and or take some classes to learn how to make soap with more precision and really get deep into the whole recipe and all of that stuff.
And there you have it, guys. This was a really fun opportunity. I absolutely love teaching people how to make soap. And this is another clip of that cut of the sample-sized vanilla, rosewood, and cotton scented soap made from olive oil, avocado oil, and mango butter. Amazing. I am really enjoying this bar of soap. And if you have any questions, definitely put them in the comment section and I'll do my best to answer them. And if this has inspired you to make soap, let me know as well. You can find me on Instagram at superpowersoap. Subscribe to this channel so you can see all of the fun soap tutorials that I'll be uploading over the next couple of months. And if you'd like to take a one-on-one class with me, just send me an email at hello@superpowersoap.com. Thank you guys. Bye.